He was booed on arrival. I mean, Emmanuel Macron, when he goes around to different parts of France now, it's not necessarily always a very warm welcome. And remember, we're just 8 months ahead of the presidential election as well, so it's not exactly what he would be hoping for, to be arriving at various venues and to be booed. But he did have a very fruitful exchange with educators in this elementary school, and he is coming with a promise to renovate 200 of the city's 475 or so schools. So almost half of the schools are going to be renovated. A big investment of money, $1.2 billion. A lot of that coming from the central state authorities. Schools, a lot of them are dilapidated, run down, graffiti. So both in terms of just the actual infrastructure of the school and in terms of what's being offered to students, there's a lot of improvements to be made, and those improvements are being promised now by the state. And of course, when you see how bad the security issue in Marseille has been over the last year, in the last 3 months alone, Monty, as you know, 12 youths have been killed, one as young as 14, caught up in these awful turf wars between different drug gangs. So really one of the cornerstones of resolving that problem is ensuring that students are well looked after and well educated and don't fall into the hands of drug dealers who, as you know, often target these youths very, very young. There's lots of reports of youths being given 50 to 200 euros for just for watching out, just for keeping watch, and they get slowly sucked into this very broadly developed drug cartel scene here in Marseille. Public transport also a big priority in this trip. Emmanuel Macron will be making announcements on that a little bit later on when he makes a speech at the Palais du Pharaon, not far from here. And we're expecting that there's going to be quite an investment in public transport as well. Some of these neighbourhoods in the north of the city are very cut off. The metro... Two metro lines in Marseille. It extends to some of these neighbourhoods, but not to all. So they're quite isolated, they're cut off, and that is also a factor that favours people falling into activities with drug dealers and whatnot.
Now, you mentioned a number of things there, but in terms of schools, how is Macron responding to that? What is he saying that can be accomplished?
Well, when you look at, for example, the overall poverty rate in Marseille, it's at 26%. That compared to Paris is about 15%, the national rate 14%. There's a big problem of poverty here, and education is one of the main focuses from Paris and from the central government in terms of trying to elevate I suppose what would you say, the ability of young people in these neighbourhoods to get into the workforce and to be able to pay tax, for example. 53% of households in Marseille don't pay tax. So all of this, it's a vicious circle that contributes to the city remaining quite poor, and education really is being seen as one of the key factors. So 200 of those schools are going to be renovated, and a big focus on ensuring that these schools direct young people in the right direction so that the criminality aspect will be dealt with in a connected manner.